Are you someone who struggles with consistency? Are you someone who is not able to focus on one thing at a time, and thus it is causing you problem in life? You are not able to move closer towards your goals. You are not able to take action on a consistent basis. So if this topic resonates with you, then this video is absolutely for you. Hey there, my name is Gargi Arya and welcome to the place where I will help you design your life with love. So in this video, we are going to talk about why is it or what is the main problem that people are not consistent, or whatever they are trying to achieve in life, they are not able to take those baby steps which will make that big change in their lives. So the first problem or the common problem of this is we pretend that we all are multitaskers, and the truth is at one point of time you can only focus at one thing. For example, it's a very common situation where I am giving you that the main problem is our mobile phones. What happens, for example, if you are studying right now, and or even if you are doing any project, you are working on something, and if suppose the phone rings, something in your phone like bell rings, what will happen? Instead of continuing your work, what will you do? You will take out the phone, you will check, and when you will see the message that maybe your mom, your dad, or any one of your closed ones has messaged you something, your mind will go in a way that first let me reply to this message of my loved one or whoever messages this, and then I will get back to my work. But what happens? We have done the message, we have replied to them, but then we are distracted by those social media notifications keep popping, and then we start watching those videos on social media, we start watching reels or any of the YouTube video, and thus time passes, time flies out, and we are not able to understand that where our 2 to 3 hours have gone, right? And thus after that we get to the work and we feel less energetic because we have been scrolling for 2 to 3 hours on that mobile, and thus it has exhausted us. So don't you agree with me? This happens with everyone, even with me, right? So what are the tips and tricks in order to avoid such distractions and get to that, like achieve your goal or whatever you are trying to achieve in life, right? So the first thing is to avoid distractions, and please pretend and please don't say yourself that I am a multitasker. You cannot do things, you cannot do everything at the same point of time. Try to focus on one thing. Let me take one more example. What happens, for example, if we are watching a movie with our family and simultaneously you are working on something like your school project maybe, or your school homework, your maths homework, or your science homework, what will happen? Will you be able to focus on your homework? No, right? Because at that point of time your biggest distraction is that movie. So if you feel that school project is important right now, it is urgent, then switch off the TV, or if your family is watching, go to the next room and then focus on one thing. Because if you are trying to achieve everything at the same point of time, that will never happen, and thus you will feel exhausted, you will feel sad for not doing the work at the given point of time. Right? So stay focused, and you can pause the video right now and comment down below that what is the one thing that stops you. For majority of this world it's mobile phones, but what other thing stops you? For majority of this world it's mobile phones, and for you it can be something else too. Like some of the students or teenagers, they have some other kind of addictions too, or sleep is one of the distractions where the person is sleeping, taking sleep for more than 7 or 8 hours, or it can be anything. So because it's important. Once you know your distraction, then you will be able to acknowledge that, and after you acknowledge, you can remove it, you can get rid of it. Or even if we cannot get rid of something completely, but we can have the ability to manage it, and that's what we are doing right now, right? So the next or the second tip to focus or to build on your consistency muscle is to plan well in advance. Remember, once you have the clarity of what is it that you want, you will be able to achieve it. For example, suppose if I have a maths homework, so what will I do? I have the clarity that I have to do this exercise, and then I will give myself a deadline. And after that, when I have the clarity of what is it that I want to do, and when I have to achieve it, so what and when they have to work together, they need to marry together, and thus you will get your mind whenever suppose if, for example, you are trying to do an activity, you are trying to inculcate the habit of yoga in your everyday life. So every 6 a.m. you decide that you are going to do yoga. What will happen? In order to build your consistency muscle, you know, you have the clarity of that you have to do yoga, you have those exercises, everything that you need, and thus you have the time that by 6 a.m. So whenever 5:30 or whenever there will be time close to 6 a.m., 5:30 or 5:45, your mind will get into it will keep reminding you that you have to start doing yoga from 6 a.m. So these both, they need to be married together, and that's when you build your consistency muscle, right? The next step is to take consistent action. Even if you are taking baby steps, even if you are taking one step each day, which can help you to move closer towards your goals, that's enough. One step, never ever undermine the power of the first step. You don't even know that when you will start building that consistency muscle, and thus you will get into the action mode, and your resistance, all the self-doubts will be here, and you will keep going up, right? So this is what I want you to understand. So these were my 3 tips for you to stay consistent. The first thing is to avoid distractions. Whatever distractions you are having right now, you must acknowledge them, and then you must find ways in order to get rid of them or to manage them. The second thing is to plan well in advance. That is, you need to marry both. When and what. Like, what is it that you want to do? And give yourself a deadline, and then marry both, and thus you will be able to do it, right? The next thing is to take consistent action. Baby steps are enough to make a big change in your life, and these are the steps which will lead you to a beautiful path of success and will unlock the golden gates or doors of opportunities towards you, right? So what I can suggest you here is, whoever you are today, or whatever goal you are trying to achieve in your life, make a list of all those things that are required, that you need to do in order to get that step, in order to get that goal. Then paste that list somewhere where you will see it every day. And this is a proven way, or this is a recommended method by Jack Canfield, who is one of my mentors, and he says to apply the rule of 5. What is it? Every day take 5 action steps which will help you to move forward towards your goals. So out of those to-do lists that you have made, or all those things that you need to do, start picking one, or start to pick 5, and that will be enough. So what I am doing right now, in order to reach towards my goal, every day I am recording one video and one reel. Reel for Instagram and video for YouTube. That's enough. Or if I'm not able to do the video and the reels part, I am either writing a blog or I am posting a quote on my social media. So that is how I am taking those, I am applying the rule of 5 in my life. So please comment down below how this video was useful to you and what is the one action step that you are willing to take right now. Remember, if you are not ready to comment below, then just remember that you are not ready to accept the new change in your life, because these baby steps will not be comfortable. They will be uncomfortable, and you have to manage trying to be comfortable with the uncomfortable times of life, because that's how change is made. That's how success follows you. So looking forward towards your comments. Your comments may inspire the ones who are watching, and they also will feel to comment down. So please share it with someone you know that is struggling with the same issue of consistency, and I would love to hear all your thoughts below. Thank you so much.